That Boy in the 8mm Film, an e-book at Amazon by Robert Carlson. Today, every child, teen, adult has a phone with a camera that can record moving pictures, in color and with sound. But back in those days, the 8mm movie camera was far more rare. One would point it at people and they would either mug at the camera or try to turn away lest a bit of their soul be captured. Then you had to deliver the film for processing and wait. There's something bittersweet about the images of long ago, flickering on the wall, life-size and shaky. The projection beam lit up with all the airborne dust that nobody seemed to notice except when an afternoon ray of sun splashed across the room. The Bell & Howell projector, along with its matching camera, have been relegated to the distant memories by the invention of the camera phone and all the intermediary film technology that preceded it. But now my memory is sharp, and Nicky still lives. Reading from the book. I remember Nicky as a boy of 10 or 11. He was fair-haired with an easy tan that arrived with the first days of summer and persisted long into the autumn. In those days, his hair was kept short, buzzed with the electric razor at the barber shop, and left just long enough in front to comb it up and over and hold it with hair tonic that the white-smocked barber eagerly kneaded into a scalp and hair. They called it a Princeton cut, and it was to be had for the price of 75 cents. I, too, sported such a cut most of those early years. Nicky was a cousin of a cousin, or some such relationship that did not matter to young boys and girls who got together once a year to populate the family reunion and share music, food, sports, games, and to eat and dance under the thick-timbered pavilion roof in the county park. Closer of the families socialized more often. First cousins were much closer and visited on the holidays and birthday occasions. My experience of those cousins and Nicky was from the annual reunions and the stories and news that filtered in through the much brighter, warmer, noisier day-to-day events of life. Nicky arrived at the last of those reunions on his second-hand Indian motorcycle. Its 450cc engine ripped and tore the quiet afternoon as he weaved to a stop at the top of the asphalt walkway that connected between the apron out front of the pavilion and a large steel pipe swing set where thick straps of rubber connected 2 lengths of heavy chain, making a trio of swings between the A-frames. Nicky was different. The bristly haircut of his younger days had given way to a more rebellious mop of pale yellow. Khaki shorts and PF flyers were changed for heavy denim blue jeans and leather boots. He was not alone. This year he brought Peggy, his girl du jour. His lean physique and plain German features made a lure for every female in his class at high school. Peggy was as cute as she could be. Her dark brown hair was pulled back into a ponytail, pale blue capri pants with beige keds and a white sleeveless blouse rounded out her style. Watching the old silent Super 8 movie films my father shot with his compact Bell & Howell camera, one could see just how much of a pixie Peggy was. Just 16, she had barely made the transition from girl to woman. But riding with Nicky gave expression to her desire to be somebody and to get noticed, no matter how shy she still was. The film of that last year carried only a few seconds of motion of Nicky and Peggy arriving and his dismount and confident stride to the pavilion to meet and greet the cohort of children who looked up to him as their older cousin and the cool guy with a cycle. Peggy gave a quick glance at the camera as she followed him into the cool shade of the old pavilion. That reel of film was probably the last motion picture images of the boy who rode off to a tragic destiny on the highway, never to become the man and the father he otherwise might have been. To know the remainder of the story, please buy my book, That Boy in the 8mm Film, at Amazon. Here is the title and the Amazon publication reference code for easy location.